I don't blame you. Why would you?
No.
You never have to leave your house.
This is the first time I put shoes on. Gio, will you grab the water?
Yeah.
There's some right there, Gio. Right next to you. Would you like anything?
Don't think they're going to grab us coffee.
There you go.
Actually, you know what? Another water would be good. Thank you.
It's the Mike Calta Show. It's 1025 The Bone. And I have a very special guest in the studio from Def Leppard Hall of Fame drummer Rick Allen is here. RavidDrums is here. Both performing at, when is it? Saturday night or Friday night at Water? Saturday. I have to be honest with you, it was a little bit, 15-year-old Mike Calta got very excited when you walked in the room. I was telling him this morning, I said, do you realize that when I grew up in New York, and Def Leppard had played in Giant Stadium in probably my sophomore year of high school, waited online for 4 hours to get tickets only to be sold out. It was back in the day when you'd wait all night and get a lottery and then have to come back the next day and all that. And of course it was like the biggest album in the world. And now you're in my garage, which is kind of cool.
Well, the good news is it doesn't look like a garage.
It does, right? I haven't quite been able to finish that end of it yet. You still have to walk past paint cans and my bicycle and all that to get in there.
It looks just like my garage.
Yeah, okay, good. That's what I was hoping. How did you guys hook up?
30 years ago.
For real?
Here in Tampa.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What was the occasion like? How does that come around?
Drinking at Killian's.
Hanging out with the guys with Secret Service.
Yeah.
Shut up, really?
Yeah.
Because Tampa, most people don't know. I mean, like, I remember I moved here in 89. Tampa had a huge music scene.
Yeah.
And we had rock and roll clubs, and you can go see live music. And we had Killian's, we had the Rocket Club, we had
The Volley Club?
The Volley Club.
Remember the Volley Club?
The Volley Club.
I got in some trouble there.
Yes.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was all, and any night of the week you could see great local bands.
7 nights of the week.
Right.
Yeah.
And that doesn't really happen anymore. I mean, the music, changes, the landscape changes a little bit, and that stuff falls off a little. And thankfully, we still have some great bands like those guys, like the guys left over from Secret Service and Stranger and all those bands, and they all
Stranger. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Now, how did you end up in Tampa? Do you have ties here, or do you just come here to relax?
My brother actually used to live here, and then I ended up buying a place here. I got a place over in Sweetwater, actually close to where we're going to play.
No kidding. And it's so weird that nobody ever, like, a lot of times I'll hear, I saw this guy, I saw that guy, nobody ever tells me that. Because, in Sarasota is a hub for rock stars.
Brian Johnson,
Robert Plant.
That's right.
Robert Plant lives out there now?
Plant lives out there. Mick Jagger just bought a place out there.
I heard about Mick getting places.
So this is a place you're ready to come chill. Now, where's your primary residence? In California or in?
Yeah, like Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And I like spending time up on the Central Coast.
Mm.
That coastline is just so beautiful.
And do you have a place back in England at all or no?
No, but I go visit my folks.
Yeah.
Well, I will be doing when all this has kind of died down.
Yeah, so it's wonderful that things are like open now. We can do events again. We can go on. Although you'll see that Florida never actually closed down.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a culture shock for me, I must admit. Sort of.
Yeah, to come here from California.
Spot the California.
Yeah.
Walking down the beach with a mask on.
Were you freaking out a little bit when you came here?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it was fine in the hotel, but then I went out to the beach and it was like it never happened.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the first time I'm seeing you anywhere that is not a concert venue, and you literally, it's not having the arm doesn't even. I just watched you put headphones on, open a bottle of water. I mean, you've just completely adapted.
For the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, it's frustrating sometimes, especially when you're in a hurry.
Yeah.
I'm normally in a hurry.
What's the most difficult thing to do?
Tying shoelaces, so I've given up on shoelaces.
You don't need them anymore.
No,
Yeah.
no, especially when you're in Florida.
Yeah. When you're a rock star, you can You can wear flip flops anywhere.
Yeah, dress it up. Put a nice shirt.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people have a fluffer. He's got a flipper.
Now, are you a married guy?
Yeah,
Do you have kids?
I do.
How old are your kids?
I've got a 24-year-old and a 10-year-old.
I'm going to ask you the same question I ask every famous person. At what age did your kids realize that their dad was cool? Or do they? Because my son, I mean, I'm not nearly as cool as you, but my son, maybe now because he has high school friends that are like, oh, cool, that's studio.
I think my oldest daughter kind of realized it around about 16 or 17 when all her friends started listening to rock music.
Yeah.
I got in a car one time and she had Ozzy's Boneyard on, and I said, "Do you listen to that kind of music because of me?" She said, "No, all my friends are listening to it."
You got no credit.
That's so funny. I tell you, I've seen the band and many times over the years, different albums, different stages, never disappoints. And one thing you can count on is that you'll always see a great show at Def Leppard, whether it's a smaller venue or a giant stadium. It's always going to be fantastic.
We pride ourselves on that. You know, we work really hard to do what we do.
Yeah.
And this is no different what we're doing. I mean, yesterday was like a marathon. We were in a friend's studio and
Joe Murphy, I grew up playing drums with him. He's got a killer studio on Armenia called A&M Studios, and we went there and hammered it out.
What did you do, rehearsal or are you laying stuff down?
Well, we were rehearsing.
bit of both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you both play the drums.
Yep.
And what do you do together? Is it like how? I watched a little bit of the video online, but tell everybody what kind of show it is.
So we create live on the spot remixes,
Uh-huh.
right? So we're drumming and DJing at the same time. So we're doing a lot of like rock hits reimagined, whether they're like hip hop or EDM or electronic dance music or dance music. So it's pretty cool, man.
It is.
Yeah.
It kind of opens it up to everybody.
Yeah.
You know, to hear these songs in that way, and particularly, you know, a lot of bands, you know, can't necessarily go out just yet.
Sure.
You know, it hasn't fully opened up. So we thought this is a great way to just get our feet wet. You know,
Yeah.
get out there and play, and I think people are going to really enjoy it because it's something that they've never really seen before.
Right, and also it's very high energy and it's exciting to watch. And I will tell you that do you remember when Soulja Boy had the song came out, his big hit, and
Superman.
Didn't love the song, a little catchy, but I'm not, I'm an old guy now, I'm not one. But then Travis Barker did a version where he played the drums live to it.
Yeah.
I just gotta tell you, I was watching it every day on YouTube. That made it so much cooler to me to have the heavy drums in there with the track. So to be together, that must be awesome.
That's the whole idea.
Yeah.
Is, you know, I mean, we both come from the rock world, really.
Yeah. I was in metal bands. I was signed. And,
Around here?
Yeah, from here.
What? Tell me some of the names.
I was in a band called Crimson Glory.
Yeah. Okay.
We were on Atlantic. It was full. Full Queen Drive. Like, I think the singer held a crystal ball the whole time. Yeah. And then I was in a band called The Crush.
Okay.
We were like a grunge metal band, you know.
Of course.
With some of those guys and other bands.
Time changes, the band changes.
Erotic Liquid Culture and all kinds of stuff. And then when I moved to LA, I lied this whole drum DJ thing into reality. So I could get into the dopest clubs on the planet.
It's so funny. We have a band, we play in a cover band, because he's been a drummer, and our old producer was a guitar player, played in a band. I'm like, we should put together our own band, maybe do some fun stuff, you know? And then we realized nobody wants to hear anything but cover songs. And what songs do we want to hear? The songs that girls want to hear, because that brings girls bring guys, and that's the secret formula.
Hits for chicks.
We learned how to play Pour Some Sugar on me. Yeah.
That's the only one you need.
It's unbelievable.
We just play that over and over again.
The cool thing about that song is everybody turns into a stripper.
Yeah.
Even the guy.
Even the guys, yes. You should have seen Rick last night. It was a thing.
Now you're married now. Were you married this whole time of Def Leppard? Multiple marriages, one marriage? How does that work out?
One marriage? No,
No.
2 marriages. Yeah.
I'm just wondering. I mean, when you were in that band, and you're in the heyday, in how many countries? I mean, how do you not want to sleep with every girl in every
Oh
country?
my God!
Yeah.
No, I mean the temptation was always there, but we were good kids, you know.
Yeah?
Yeah, we had great parents.
Oh, that's horrible to hear.
I know.
I put it this way. I said to John Bon Jovi one time, who's been married for like forever. I said, I can't imagine that in all of your travels, you didn't have a weird thing, like a mother-daughter threesome. And he said, once or twice. That's the best answer. That's what you want to know.
Once or twice.
Yes. I don't care if he's lying or not. That's what I want to hear.
That probably means about 200 to 300.
Yeah, yeah,
But it was
yeah.
just once or twice.
Like, what was the best when? Like, what's the best countries for Def Leppard when you're out on the road? I mean, obviously the big one. Canada, really.
Canada was really cool.
Yeah.
You know, I love going south of the border as well. It's really, but really, primarily, it's the U.S. The U.S. really gave us a big break.
Yeah. I mean, look, I remember, when I was a kid, and when you go through phases and you start to like different music. You listen to what your parents listen to, and all of a sudden you hear Photograph, and you're like, wait, what's this? And you start listening to that. And I mean, my first Def Leppard albums were on albums. I was listening to albums, and boy, when that album hit when I was in high school, that was the biggest thing. I mean, when girls are listening to the same thing as the guys, you know that everybody likes it. That's tremendous.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. When MTV hit, I think that kind of blew the lid off the thing, where people could actually see you. I mean, our fashion sense was absolutely useless.
Whose wasn't though in rock bands? You guys everybody all went through a weird phase. I always wonder, and I'm a fat guy, so it makes it even more difficult for me. But how you guys put on leather pants? I mean, that could never be comfortable.
Shoehorn.
Getting in them is one thing. Staying in them the rest of the day. You must have the sweatiest nuts in all the music. That can't be.
Well, that's why he always wore the Union Jack short shorts.
Yeah. I'm not allowed to wear those anymore. I wore them. We did a Vegas residency, and I wore them one night, and my wife came up to me at the end of the show. She said, "You're never wearing those shorts ever again."
Why? You hanging out?
She said it looked like 10 pounds of potatoes in a 5-pound bag. So the shorts magically disappeared.
Oh.
I never actually saw them. I to this day I don't.
Because I bought them on eBay, but I didn't think they were.
It's not real.
Look, Mike's wearing them right now.
I guess Sir Isaac Newton was right.
We've interviewed a lot of guys from the band on. I'll tell you that one of the things Joe Elliott told us, which was hilarious, is that you guys did a live album, and I said, what do? You sit through and say, okay, we're gonna put this song on, and you listen to like 100 of the live versions and pick which one is best. He goes, no, we just pull one out and we look at each other and go, that was good, we'll use that one. And I go, he goes, then we listen to maybe like 2. If it sounded good, we'll just pick that one.
It's true. We're getting pretty good at this now, to the point where it's we played these songs once.
Does that get annoying? Like, what's the song that you play that while you're playing? You're like, oh.
No, never.
No.
When you feel that during rehearsal,
yeah.
But then when you put an audience in front of you, the energy you feel off the crowd.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like they're hearing it for the first time.
Yeah, that's true.
And everybody's got their sort of coming of age stories, or the first this or the first that, and it's normally associated with the Def Leppard song.
The first time I stripped for college money.
You guys got me through nursing school. Yeah. What is you have any songs that you like? Well, this one.
No, not at all. As I say, you play it in front of an audience, and it takes on a completely different personality from night to night.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
How many songs until Phil takes his shirt off? Usually.
These days, he just doesn't bother with it.
Does he even have a shirt?
No, not anymore.
Even at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, everyone's like dressed like nice, killer, $1,000 jackets. He's got a $1,000 jacket on and no shirt.
Yeah. I know.
Even there, I'm like, kick ass. If my abs looked that good, I'd never wear
That's
it.
the thing. I mean, I always wonder how much is he enjoying. Like he's not eating anything. He's not doing anything. He's just doing sit-ups in the van. But also, you want to talk about cool rock star? no shirt, leather pants, hot black girlfriend or black wife, right? All those things together. I said,
Actually, he doesn't wear leather. He's actually vegan.
oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why he's so healthy. Look at him.
He wears pleather.
Well,
It is, it's
and who do you like? Do you guys usually pair up on the road? Like who are you closest with in the band?
Well, it normally comes down to who you travel with.
Right.
So I've been traveling with Vivian for many years.
Yeah. And how's he doing?
He's great.
Yeah.
He's doing really good. He's really healthy. You know, his health is great.
Yeah, good. That's good to hear. This is Rick Allen from Def Leppard is in my garage in the studio right now. Just Robbie is here. RavidDrums are going to be performing together at Water. When tomorrow night?
Yeah.
Tomorrow day.
Tomorrow day. What
Tomorrow
time?
day, the sunset performance
Oh wow.
is going to be the big one. But
Okay, all right,
tomorrow-
good. You can Water is right over there on the causeway. You can find it online on Facebook. Go check it out, and you know there's gonna be a gazillion people out there tomorrow.
Let's hope so.
Let's
Yeah.
hope so, man.
Yeah. You want to talk about feeding off the crowd? That'll get everybody all excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's always the way.
So what's the plan for Def Leppard in the future? Any more music, or do you guys?
There's always new music on the go.
Yeah.
I'm hoping we can introduce people to new music soon, and then as you heard, the tour got pushed till 2022.
Now who is on the tour?
It's Motley Crue.
It was the Motley Crue tour.
Poison and Joan Jett.
I mean, there won't be a bigger tour at that point. Who now? Why is everybody else being able to open it up and you guys have to push it back to 2022?
I think because probably because the promoter didn't want to do a patchwork sort of tour,
Okay.
where some places were opened up and other places weren't.
Let's wait till everything's open and get it done the right way.
I think so.
Do you know those guys? I know you toured with everybody over the years. Do you know those Motley Crue guys very well?
Yeah.
What's gonna happen? Somebody needs to get Vince Neil on a treadmill before that tour starts. That boy is way too fat to be out there singing.
Oh, that's a terrible thing to say.
Well, listen, I'm a fat guy. I can say it. It's what I'm saying. All I'm saying is I like Motley Crue, and I like if that's the thing that's holding him back. What if you got a guy in the band that's slacking? How do you tell him? Be like, somebody's gonna go. Like, what if Joe started chunking up? You can look like fat Thor before you guys go out. You can't say. Somebody's got to whisper in his ear.
You know what? There's a rule within the band. You know, you come prepared.
Yeah.
You know, you get yourself ready for the tour. You know, do your homework.
Yeah.
And
You're ready to go.
Yeah.
And you guys always are. That's
I
professional.
mean, it's the same. I mean, you know who set that bar? The Stones.
Yeah.
They always look great. I mean, they look like pieces of leather, but
It is amazing that I remember like last year at some point Mick Jagger was sick and everyone was like, oh,
No, I know.
man. Then he released that video of him dancing and I'm like, I couldn't move. This guy's 50 years older than me. I couldn't move like he's moving. He's incredible.
no, I know.
Yeah.
He's super fit.
Yeah.
They are just cold-blooded.
Yeah. And that's why they'll keep going as long as they can.
I hope that he works out while he's singing.
Oh, so he can
Yeah, so,
get used
you know,
to moving and
yeah.
That's incredible.
No, I heard like he runs backwards and sings, and will sing the whole set as he prepares.
Unbelievable.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious. That's
cool.
why your body drugs prepare you for that one.
Preservatives.
Preservatives.
Well, I think this show is going to be great, and I hope everybody comes and checks you guys out at Water, and I hope that we get some new music. I do want to hear new music because for some reason you guys are one of the few bands that can roll with the times and change. Like I love Bon Jovi because Bon Jovi, when you know I was in high school and loving you guys, Bon Jovi was huge, and then all of a sudden they start rolling out country songs. You're like, oh, I can't roll with this anymore. But you guys stay consistent and stay with the times as they change, and that's why people will always love Def Leppard.
I think that's the cool thing about this band is we constantly put out new music that we think is really relevant.
Yeah.
You know, and we like it. So.
Yeah.
What did you think about playing Vegas doing the residency? Did you like that being in one spot?
I really like doing it because we can dig into songs that we wouldn't normally play.
Oh yeah.
You know, and for the super fan, that is fantastic.
Yeah.
You know, being able to play stuff that you wouldn't. Because you know, when you're playing bigger crowds, you're trying to please everybody.
Yeah.
You know,
Playing the hits.
Yeah.
Were you guys? I think you guys were kind of the first ones that did that. You know, as far as rock bands go.
I think so.
Yeah, because then now everybody's doing it and stuff because they saw the success that you guys had with it. I think that would be pretty cool though. You get different crowds every night, but you're there and you don't have to worry about traveling and doing everything else.
It is, you know, you like as you suggest, you know, the crowd turns over every night. It's like, you know, it's very transient. So you're literally playing to a new crowd every night.
Yeah. Did you enjoy the Hall of Fame? Because we had Joe on the show one time and years ago, and I don't know why it came up. We talked about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and he was like, "I don't care about that. I don't know. It's nobody cares about it till you get nominated for it." You're like, "Well, I can't."
It was a similar story for me because we just got off the road and then I heard that you know, we were going to go do the ceremony, and I was kind of a bit disappointed because I wanted to be at home.
Chill out.
I just got home, you know. But then we went to New York about 5 to 6 days before the ceremony, and I realized how much of a big deal it was. And then, you know, fast forward to standing on the stage and seeing the whole industry, you know, giving us all this love. And then the other thing that was the most important for us was it was the biggest fan vote for, you know, for anyone.
So do you realize, like, I wonder what it takes for it to sink into you. Like one time, like when you think about Slash will be dead for 50 years, and there'll always be pictures of Slash with that big top hat and his hair. It's iconic now. And the same thing with Def Leppard. Do you realize that long after you're gone, you ever think about that music will last forever and that people will love you guys forever even when you're not here?
We don't talk about mortality.
I think that's the one thing that would make me, you know, everybody when they get a little older starts fearing death, but the one thing that would make me feel good is to think that I'll be remembered forever, and I've made an impact on so many people's lives over the years that, like you said, moments in their life will always be associated with some of our songs.
And that's a good point you bring up. You know, people walk up to me and they'll say, I hope I'm not bothering you. I'm like, it's when people stop coming up to you.
That, you know, that is the one thing. I mean, if you meet a guy in a band and you know he's nice, you'll buy his next 10 albums. He's a dick, you're not a fan anymore. So,
no, it's true, and it doesn't take very much effort for me to, you know, make people happy, make people's day.
Yeah.
It's great actually. I feel it's a blessing.
Yeah.
It really is.
Who did you like? Who were your?
Mark Bolan, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You know, he died in a car crash, but yeah, and all the guys in Queen. They've been a huge influence for us, and of course Brian, you know, he was part of the induction.
Very cool.
Yeah, and he's just a super cool guy.
Well, that's got to be a fan and get inducted by him into the Hall of Fame. That's got to be a great feeling too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Van Halen, huge loss.
Yeah.
Losing Eddie.
Isn't that crazy? I watch a lot of his son stuff online, and him. You know, I feel bad because it seems like that kid really lost his best friend.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
It really hurt. I don't know them, but it really hurts just as a father to see that. You know, and you start thinking it's like unbelievable that in my lifetime that I saw that Eddie Van Halen's dead. It's like hard to even comprehend.
Actually, paint. I was actually down south doing some art shows recently, and one of the pieces that was the most popular was the Eddie Van Halen.
And I saw it. It's excellent. Were you like, hey, look, I have one arm. I'm going to continue to play the drums. Let me do everything else I can do with just the one arm. I mean, you normally people are like, I'm just going to take my situation and relax a little bit, and you're like out there painting and doing everything else. And your painting is fantastic.
No, I love doing it. It's really cool, and it's way less physical than playing drums.
Yeah. How'd you get started? Did you always have like a painting talent, or is?
Yeah, when I was younger.
Yeah.
And then I discovered photography and music, of course.
Yeah.
And then when my youngest daughter was born, we started doing stuff together, and it just inspired me again.
Well, that's great. I looked online. I mean, a lot of times famous people decide to paint and they paint crap, and everybody's like, "Ooh, it's beautiful" because they're famous. Your stuff is relative. It's nice. It's I love the rock and roll stuff. Is the stuff I saw. I saw one of the pictures I put up on our Instagram was yours. You did like a Union Jack kind of painting there, and it looks great. That's the kind of stuff we want to see you do. I mean, that's
Yeah, for sure.
With respect, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, listen, this has been an absolute treat to have you come in here. I appreciate you getting up early, both of you guys, and making it over here. Go see RavidDrums. Go see Rick Allen. They're going to be together. Do you have it? Are we calling this? Is there a name for this?
RandR.
Oh, that's simple enough. RandR at Water tomorrow. I get there early. Can you reserve tables and all that stuff? I would imagine.
Yes,
Call
sure.
them over there and get a cabana or a table and get your spot in there. It's going to be a beautiful weekend, and this is going to be a fantastic show.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you both very much.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we'll
we
take
appreciate you, man.
Yeah, we'll take a quick break. It's a Mike Calta Show. This is 105 now.
Fantastic.
Right on.
Now can I get some stills because that's a long video.
You're a natural. You've done this before.
I did it.
Definitely a couple times, huh?
For sure. Oh, I really appreciate you guys coming in here. I mean, this is great.
This is
to be
really
both of you.
cool, man. We
This is
appreciate
awesome.
it too.
Yeah, I think this show is going to be great. I mean, the club's always packed as it is, but whenever they have a good live show, and this is something that's interesting to more than just the normal people. You know?
We think so.
Yeah.
We think it's unique enough to warrant, like doing everything that we're doing at the moment, talking to you.
Yeah.
We're excited for us, and we're excited for people to see it.
It's funny because I saw the ad that you were going to be there, and I was like, oh, I wonder if we could get him in the studio. And then I was like, I don't know. You get to a certain level, you don't even try anymore with the guys. Then Corey hit me up, and she was like, hey, and I was like, oh yeah, fuck
Who would say no to Corey?
yeah, exactly.
Corey may come over here and drop kick you after,
Yeah, I know, you get your ass kicked.
after kickboxing class.
Every 5 years Corey gets older, her body is 5 years younger. It's unbelievable. It goes forward and reverse at the same time. Would you mind signing some stuff for us? So I have this guitar that we did a live show from a Def Leppard concert here that was in the amphitheater years ago, and one of the roadies, little bald guy, I can't remember.
Malvin.
He was funny as shit. He came on the air with us. He brought Joe over to us to do an interview, and then he went back and got this sign, and I bring it home, and I hang it up, and my 5-year-old son decided he wanted to sign it too. And I always left it because I just thought it was a funny story.
That's fine. I did
can't-
sign it though.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't tell who's.
That's-
right there.
that's
Perfect.
fine.
That's all I needed to know. I wasn't.
You're very efficient,
sure.
Rick.
Yeah.
You went into the past and signed the future.
Well, I didn't. You brought it back to me. I didn't see you sign it. I was always like, oh, yeah. Well, good. This is awesome. I think you guys are gonna have a ball. Are you doing more around the country, or are you just kind of warming up?
We obviously would love for this to get traction.
Yeah.
This is us getting our feet wet and seeing what happens.
Nice. Good. All right. Any other stuff?
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind.
Who's it for?
For me. My name's Galvin.
Thank you.
Calvin.
Calvin, great to see you.
To see you.
Thanks, brother.
Yeah, man. Good to see you. Thank you for coming in.
Good to meet you.
Yep.
Robbie,
Pleasure to meet you, sir.
this is awesome.
This is great. I don't know why you'd ever leave here.
No, I wouldn't. But it's only been completed for about a month, so we still we're just kind of putting stuff up on the walls. We're trying to figure out where the sound is bouncing from. So we'll get it all dialed in the next week. We're gonna have to figure out the garage.
Ah,
To get another garage.
Mike, did you want to
Yeah, of
sign?
course.
Yeah, would you mind?
No, it's all. Can we rewind you?
Yeah.
oh, wait, I'm still on video. Can we get rid of that? Robbie, you want to get in
Yeah,
there?
let me go.
Yeah, jump in there.
1, 2. Perfect.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Thank you guys. Pleasure to
Thank
see
you
you.
so much.
If you could do just one more to Mike.
For Mike?
Yeah.
And you can write whatever you want.
Pleasure.
So
Thank you.
that guitar on the wall back there is Dave Mustaine signed it.
Oh, no.
The only reason why I have it hanging there is because he hated Joe, and he wrote this long thing on the back about how much he hated Joe.
Why do you hate you?
Because Joe does our video, and Joe is in the other room trying to put some stuff up, and he put in Megadeth, and some Metallica stuff came up, and he hates the Metallica thing, so he got mad, and Joe spelled Megadeth wrong, and he fucking hated everything about Joe.
From there.
Oh, that's so childish.
Yeah, but you know what? It made it so much better.
Thank you so much.
Picture with you.
No problem. Appreciate it.
He did say that.
Joe
I'm
Galvin.
going there and I will beat your ass.
He did?
Yeah. Yeah, he did. He probably beat my ass.
How many people?
You said that?
Yeah.
All right, we're here. We got the famous Mike Calta
Oh my
Show.
God.
We got Rick, we got Corey, we got everybody. We're doing it. So come see us tomorrow. At,
Have a great show.
Water.
Thank you very much.
Bye
Thank
guys.
you,
Thank you.
Thank you. Corey,
Have a good
thank you.
day. Thank you.
Thanks, Corey.
Have a good day.
Appreciate it.
Good guys. Bye.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Pleasure to meet you, sir. Appreciate it. Take care. I love you. Thank you.
Will you close it?
Yes.
That was great. Black and white there, those silver and black.